Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, today's episodes, our friends at First Tech Federal Credit Union are back once again, this time with $800 up for grabs, comes of a kind of combination checking, savings, plus debit card offer. So we're going to break it all down for you. Some typical fashion. We'll cover this offer, terms and conditions, requirements, eligibility, everything you need to know to make First Tech's money become your money. So, of course, if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, as always, you have a blog post down below as well as a direct offer link, not a referral, simply to get you where you need to go the fastest. We have talked about First Tech quite a few times, I believe. I've done them, I think, twice myself. This is the highest offer I can remember seeing, but it is a little bit involved, so it kind of be up to you if you think it's worth it to go through the hoops or not. And it's not bad, but we'll break it down. So let's start with the promotional material to get going here. And here we go. This lady, they're at a store, and I think she must be moonlighting and saying, hey, have you heard about this great channel that has easy money? All the stuff you're paying for could have effectively been free if you just subscribed, maybe even read the blog. And this guy is super pumped, so that's a great idea. Let me subscribe and I'll come back with the money. And that's what I think is happening. You can learn so much from just a still image of happy people. Anyways, let's keep going here, shall we? I could spend all day doing this. Requirements. What do you need to do? Well, of course, open a new checking account. So again, here's how it goes. Complete a direct deposit for 3 consecutive months. So if you were to direct deposit $1,000 per month, that would net you $50. If you were to direct deposit $5,000 per month, that would net you $300. You could look at all these things, I believe, as individual options. You could do 1, 2, or 3 of them, or any combination that you want. So then deposit the following amounts into a checking or savings account within 30 days of enrollment into the promotional offer, and then maintain the balance for 90 days. The clock starts on day 31. So $10,000 would get you $150, $20,000 would get you $300. So now the max you're at is $600 if you were doing both of these. Now the debit card also comes into play. Debit card will earn 5x cash back up to $200 in earnings, which is about $4,000 in spend through the first 30 days of enrollment in this offer. There is no end date listed on this one yet. But there you go. That's, if you're doing the math and you have your little abacus there, that is how you get to the $800 if you were to max out all of these. Of course, you can do any combination of them. So there you go. Overall, I don't really think it's too bad. It's just kind of, 3 months is a bit of a commitment. The same with the deposit amount there. They're not going to be paying like the most competitive interest in the world, but if you looked at the whole thing together as $800, you could probably talk yourself into it, I would imagine. I've heard that First Tech has gotten a little bit more uptight on what counts as direct deposits. Again, they've been around for a while, so you definitely want to go check places like the Dr. Credit's comment section under the post to see what worked and hasn't worked most recently. Because again, I think they're on to I think partly they're on to our game. That's why you see such a differently structured bonus overall. But we'll talk about more of that in the notes section. Overall, again, that's what you need to do for this one. So eligibility, fees, and closure next, because it is a credit union. So what weird organization do you have to join to get in? And luckily, it's not that bad because it is nationwide, of course. If you join the Financial Fitness Association, FFA for short, it's $8 one-time fee. The credit union, I believe they cover this cost. I don't remember. I signed up for this originally years ago. I don't remember they covered it or not. But again, it's $8 to potentially make $800. I think you're good for it. Members who have received a promotional payout for a First Tech direct deposit campaign within the past 18 months are not eligible. I don't know that means, I would assume that just means you can't do the whole thing. It didn't really specify, because they do specify direct deposit campaign, but clearly 2 of the 3 parts of this are not direct deposit related. I don't know. I'm just telling you what they put in the notes section. A rewards checking is the account you want, and that is fee-free, along with the savings account is also fine too. And of course, there is no closure rule listed here. So that's what we got for you. So really, a few things here, like we said, I've done this. It hasn't been 18 months since my last go around with these guys, so I won't be doing this one. I think the direct deposits are fine, honestly. It just depends on can you hit it or not. But, if you've been doing this long enough, I don't know about you guys, but I use my real direct deposit every single time. And my direct deposit really has never been overextended, meaning I'm like, oh no, I got to go back to using Wise or business account. So we're just really in a slow time right now. If you're brand new to the game, then everything is new to you and it's fine. But if you've been doing this for a while with me for a while, then I think it might be annoying on one hand to say I have to direct deposit $5,000 for 3 consecutive months, but at the same time, what else are you doing with that money? The savings account one is kind of up to you. Again, you don't have to do that component, I don't believe. The debit card spend is the one I'm most interested in because, one, it's funny. Everything else is for 3 months, and that one, they're like, nah, it's 30 days. I'm going to guess the 30 days starts from the day you were approved. It does take a while for debit cards to ship sometimes. It can take up to 2 weeks for these cards to show up, so really you're going to probably have a tight window. I don't believe they mean for you to max out to $4,000 and spend. But, at some point, it's still 5x back, so you could get creative with it. This doesn't have an end date, so you could try to dice roll it maybe. And, at least I know not everywhere pays summer and winter taxes here, where our taxes are split up to summer and winter property taxes. I also know not everyone pays their own property taxes. But, when I'm looking at this, I'm like, well, if I can hold off until probably July, which is like next month actually, those property tax bills will be coming out. And unfortunately, I would be able to knock out all of that with 3 houses, no problem. So, there's definitely ways to do it. I don't know how much stuff you want to pre-buy for $1,000, but I don't even know if you really have to max it out. Just getting an extra 5% back on anything you buy, even though it's on a debit card, I think is an interesting enough offer. So, it's kind of whichever one you want to do. Me, if I was doing it, I would probably try to do all of it. The debit card one is just going to be the most tricky, especially because, PayPal bill pay has just about been killed. I don't believe there's any credit card options in there anymore. If that was still around, then it would be, easy. I mean, maybe you can pull out some credit card funding if you're sitting on one that you just haven't done yet, but even that's few and far between these days. But anyhow, nice to see the options there. So let's hit the summary slide here and bring us home. And as we said, the target is going to be First Tech Federal Credit Union. The rewards checking is the product you want. It is nationwide. Join the FFA. It's cool. Why not? Payout up to $800. Requirements, again, complete 3 direct deposits or direct deposit for 3 consecutive months. 1,000 will get you 50, 5,000 will get you 300. You can do the savings part, which is deposit the following amounts into a checking or savings account. Just probably the savings account is going to be a better rate. I didn't look at it, but probably the savings account. Within 30 days of enrollment, maintain it for 90 days, starting at day 31. So 10K gets you 150, 20K gets you 300. And we just covered the debit card spend. Again, 5x back up to $200 in earnings, which is $4,000 in spend max, first 30 days of enrollment. No fees and no closure rule listed as well. So overall, not too bad as far as First Tech goes. Again, I think you can tell they're probably tired of us hitting them over and over again, but still $800 is a good haul. So anyways, this one is not for you. Well, then consider checking out profitfulcontent.com. This is the channel's blog. It's always linked down below for you, as well as on the channel homepage over there. Of course, we have the latest news stories, plenty more bank promotions, a lot that are way less involved as this one, and of course we have credit card offers as well. So when you're done with that debit card spend, you can just keep the spend train going on a new credit card. But anyways, guys, that'll do for this one. So of course, if you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. So we're posting content just like this every single week on how to make the bank's money become your money, of course, every single day over on profitfulcontent.com. As always, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.